La sottoscritta Amendola Carmela Francesca, matricola 5944334, autorizza la consultazione e l'uso di questo video ai soli fini didattici per lo svolgimento della prova orale del laboratorio di recupero di inglese relativa al quarto anno del corso di laurea magistrale a ciclo unico di Scienze della Formazione Primaria, Università di Firenze.
Brown Bear, what do you see? Is a children's picture book published in 1976. Written and illustrated by Bill Martin Jr. and Eric Carr, the book, in English-speaking countries, is designed to help toddlers associate color and meaning to objects. In Italy, this book can become an excellent starting point for getting to know animals and colors in a captivating and natural way by reading the teacher aloud. And this is what we are going to do. The book itself has very little or not plot. The narrator asks various animals what they see with the answer, which is usually another animal. The respondent is then asked what they see themselves, and the process repeats itself. It features a brown bear, a red bird, a yellow duck, a blue horse, a green frog, a purple cat, a white dog, a black sheep, a red fish, and the children. Brown Bear, what do you see? It is a classic of children's literature and is a story of animals and colors with a simple rhyming text. So it is ideal for presenting or defining colors and animals. The plot is structured around the popular question-answer technique that provides the repetition of the question. What do you see? And the answer, I see her looking at me. Children naturally acquire this question and the answer when the story is read aloud. The simple repetitive text and the superb illustration allow children to predict the story and to spontaneously join during the narration and therefore gain confidence. The contagious rhythm of repetitive sentences help children develop awareness of stress and intonation, as well as the pronunciation of individual words. The simplicity of the vocabulary and the basic level of grammar allow children to memorize the term listening to without difficulty. They should then be able to repeat the sentences independently. Someone will need more time, therefore it is necessary to allow children to express themselves also with their native language. Oh, this is my reading corner. Structured for socialization, imagination, reading images, and listening to the first stories, this space has the task of promoting concentration, listening, interaction, and conversation with oneself and the other through books. In fact, creating a reading corner for children means giving them a safe refuge, a place where they experience positive emotions and which remains in their imagination as a memory of pleasant and sweet moments. The reading corner becomes a safe haven for them, a place to land when looking for positive sensation, affection, and pampering. So it is necessary, if possible, to create this setting with a large carpet, soft cushions, and maybe a lamp to create the right atmosphere. It is a good idea to place this environment in a protective space away from distraction and loud noises. Reading becomes an interactive moment in which pupils can ask questions, getting passionate and getting closer and closer to the varied world of books. Reading so became a wonderful activity. I predispose the room, creating a warm and welcoming environment. I place the children around me on a mat or cushions, and I make sure that all the pupils can see me and see the illustration, and they can hear the story clearly. It will make the storytelling session a special event in which I and the children share emotion, suspense, and surprise of the story. In this way, a natural communicative situation is created in which the pupils interact with the story, the narrator, and each author. So I go into the room, I sit down, and I greet the pupils. I tell them we are going to read a story. Hello everyone, kids! I will read aloud for you a beautiful story of colorful animals. I'm sure you will like it. The title of the story is Brown Bear, what do you see? Soon after, I show them the cover of the book. I point to the bear and ask them, Kids, what's this? I encourage the answer. A bear. He's a bear. He's a brown bear. And I indicate the title of book. Yes, Brown Bear, Brown Bear. So, I ask a question about the bear. Where do you think the bear is? Have you ever seen a bear in your real life? Where can we see the bears? I leave them time to think and to tell their experience and knowledge about the topic. I allow them to express themselves as they want and therefore also using Italian language, because the educational purpose of this activity is not to reach linguistic knowledge, but to acquire linguistic and comprehensive skills, as well as to learn the contents. I will read the story aloud, and to make the reading captivating and engaging, I can use puppet or mask that impersonate the character of the story. I will try to capture the attention of the pupils, enriching the reading and using a specific intonation and a rhythm appropriate to the text. I will read slowly and clearly in order to give students time to look at pictures, think, ask questions, and make comments. I will change the rhythm, tone, and volume of the voice when the story requires it. And finally, I try to actively involve students and encourage them to take part in the narrative, urging them to repeat key vocabulary phrases. During the reading, it is important to establish a visual contact with the children, so I must be able to observe their reaction and be ready to answer them. It is important also to comment on the story and, if it is appropriate, to relate it to the life of children. Finally, it is important to ask a question to involve children. For example, what do you think will happen next? And not be afraid to repeat, because repeating increases the opportunities for language exposure and offers children other possibilities to understand the meaning of the text and to confirm it. Students love listening to story over and over, so the teacher has to read the story as often as possible, so that students listen to English frequently. Now I start reading. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Brown bear, what do you see?
Wow, I see a red bird looking at me.
Red bird, what do you see? Chip, 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 chip. I see a yellow duck looking at me. Yellow duck, what do you see? Quack, 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 quack. I see a blue horse looking at me. Quack, quack. Blue horse, what do you see?
I see a green frog looking at me.
Green frog, what do you see? Quack, 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 quack. I see a purple cat looking at me. Quack, 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 quack. Purple cat, what do you see? Meow. I see a white dog looking at me. Meow. White dog, what do you see?
Woof, woof. I see a black sheep. Woof, looking at me. Woof, woof.
Black sheep, what do you see? Bah! I see a goldfish looking at me.
Bah, bah.
Goldfish, what do you see? I see a teacher looking at me. Teacher, what do you see? I see children looking at me. Children, what do you see? We see a brown bear, a red bird, a green frog, a black sheep, a goldfish, a yellow duck, a purple cat, a blue horse, a white dog, and a teacher looking at us. That's what we see. After reading to check a pupil's understanding and learning, I propose a revision of the test through two questions. What color is the dog? What color is the cat? And what color is the fish? Then I encourage pupils to express their opinion about the story or character. Who is your favorite animal and why? It is important to formulate a good question to probe children's thinking and to encourage them to justify their response and to stimulate discussion, producing author question and the answer. After reading the book, the teacher can propose some educational activities that allow young pupils to be encouraged to use the language. Mission impossible? I would say no. The first activity is a game. The teacher distributed the animal flashcard to the students. Read the story again without showing the children the illustration, so when they hear the color or animal that matches their card, they arrive in the first row and align themselves in order. So, read again without showing the illustration, and the children sit down while they feel the color or animal. The second activity is structured in 3 parts. The first, animal review, the second, drawing, and the third, connection with the text, brown bear, what do you see? In the first, the teacher and the pupils sing Old MacDonald together. In the second part of these activities, the teacher asks children to draw their favorite animal. They can choose an animal not mentioned in the story. And then, one by one, they will present this animal to the rest of the class by saying, "My favorite animal is." In the third part of this second activity, the teacher invites the class to join in with the phrase, "I see a looking at me." The third activity consists in a game. The teacher put in a box the drawing made by the children in the second activity. So she extracts one randomly and asks the students a riddle about that animal. The students guess the animal by solving the enigma. For each animal that they guess, the teacher will show the corresponding drawing and write the name in English on the blackboard. Finally, the pupils will repeat the word. Other ideas for structuring didactic activities can be building animal mask or complete the photocopy, color and then cut out the images of the animals, build a stamp with the fruit and draw animal tracks, or play the game of the wheel, which consists in mixing animals and colors to create a new combination. Thanks for your attention.